The karmic fall of a Thai superstar? The haunting tale of Winai Kraibutr? Winai Kraibutr, fondly known as Mek, was once a household name in Thailand, a superstar at the peak of his career. But just as he basked in fame and fortune, his life took a dark and baffling turn. Mek was struck by a strange, debilitating illness. And many, including himself, believed it to be the result of karmic retribution, a debt carried over from past and present lives. For 5 years, Mek fought this mysterious disease while his closest friends documented every painful step of the journey. Spiritual mediums intervened, claiming to help him repay karmic debts. Miracles occurred. But in the end, Mek passed away on March 20th, 2024. What exactly did Mek do to accumulate such heavy karma? And what does his story, which gripped an entire nation, teach us about fate, forgiveness, and the unseen forces that might govern our lives? Let's dive into the extraordinary life and death of Mek. From island boy to global star. Mek was born on June 16, 1969, on Lanta Island in Thailand's Krabi province. He began his career as a model, but soon rose to fame in the Thai film industry. With countless box office hits under his belt, he became a national icon. His most iconic role came in 1999, when he starred as Mak in the horror classic Nang Nak. The movie's massive success earned him the nickname the Billion Baht Hero, catapulting him to international fame. But the turning point in Mek's life came 8 years ago, during an unexpected moment on a supernatural variety show. A chilling revelation on national TV. In 2016, Mek participated in a popular Thai television program featuring a psychic and 31 participants. Among them, one was a celebrity guest, Mek himself. The psychic would analyze the birth details of one participant and predict a catastrophe awaiting them. The celebrity's challenge was to identify this person based on the psychic's clues. Mek performed impressively, until the final round took a shocking turn. As Mek attempted to identify the person guilty of verbal karma, using harsh words to harm others, the psychic suddenly stopped him and said, "You don't need to look anymore. The person is standing right here." In other words, Mek himself was the one who carried the burden of destructive speech. The psychic explained that Mek was someone who clearly distinguished between right and wrong. Someone who never forgave easily. His karma from this behavior was already immense and growing. The host asked Mek if this was true. Mek admitted it was. "I'm not the kind of person who curses people," he said. "But if someone is truly bad, I won't let them off easily. Sooner or later, they'll pay the price." Then came an even more unexpected question from the psychic. "Have you ever harmed small animals?" Mek looked surprised but confessed. His family was poor, and from the age of 5 he had to catch fish to help his parents. He also hunted birds in the forest. By the age of 6, he was already a skilled young hunter. Mek admitted he was terrified of snakes, and would kill them instantly with a slingshot whenever he saw one. "I didn't know better as a child," he said. "I've killed so many small animals, I've lost count." Years later, Mek visited a remote temple where no one knew who he was. A high monk immediately told him, "You killed many animals when you were young. Now, your body will suffer pain." The psychic then asked Mek, "Are you in pain now?" Mek didn't hide the truth. "Every day," he said. "Sometimes I can't sleep. Sometimes I can't walk. I have to crawl to the toilet." The psychic claimed that he could see the spirits of the animals Mek had killed hovering around him. He asked Mek what he would like to say to them. Mek bowed his head and said, "I beg for your forgiveness. I will dedicate merit to you." It might have sounded like television theatrics. But soon after the show aired, Mek's condition began to deteriorate drastically. The curse of the skin? Mek first noticed odd pain in his body. Then his palms began to itch. Blisters formed. His skin erupted in large pus-filled boils, which would burst, bleed, scab over, and then repeat the cycle again and again. No doctor could explain it until finally, a renowned dermatologist diagnosed him with pemphigus, a rare autoimmune skin disease. Even then, the cause remained a mystery. It's treatable, the doctor said, offering a glimmer of hope. But in 2019, Mek returned to the same psychic show. The psychic looked him in the eye and said with chilling certainty, "You will never recover." The transformation was heartbreaking. In just 3 years, Mek looked like a different man, frail, emaciated, and barely able to move. Throughout his suffering, one person never left his side: his wife, A. She cared for him daily, encouraged him, and searched relentlessly for treatments. Thais often said Mek was unlucky to suffer such an illness, but incredibly fortunate to have a wife like it. Despite her devotion, his condition only worsened. Eventually, he needed a wheelchair to move. His once vibrant body became a shadow of its former self, seeking redemption through rebirth. When all hope seemed lost, a friend connected Mek with a famous Thai spiritual master, Ajahn Payashan. Ajahn means master or teacher in Thai, and Payashan was known for his ability to see into past lives and the rebirth of souls. According to Payashan, Mek had once been a wealthy merchant from India or Pakistan, a man of power who even dealt with kings. In that life, he had wronged many people and committed offenses against Buddhism and other religions. Payashan identified 7 people whom Mek had severely harmed in his past life. He gave their past life identities and even described who they had reincarnated as in the present, though only by pronunciation, not spelling. 4 of them had become monks and had already passed away. Mek traveled to their temples to perform rituals of repentance. The 5th was a Muslim woman and former teacher in southern Thailand. After much searching, Mek's wife and friends found her village. Though she had passed 15 years ago, locals welcomed Mek warmly. The repentance ritual went smoothly. Surprisingly, after these 5 rituals, Mek's condition improved significantly. His medication was reduced. He could sleep better. Encouraged, they pressed on to find the last 2 debtors, miracles and resistance. The 6th person, known only as Jarn Torn, had moved out of his last known residence more than 15 years ago. But with the help of the current homeowner, Mek's team miraculously tracked him down in a distant province. Garn Torn, Mr. T, agreed to meet Mek. Out of concern for Mek's health, he even traveled to Mek's home. When the two met, they were overcome with emotion and shed tears. Mr. T revealed he had no idea how they managed to find him, especially since his name wasn't even on the house deed. And then something even more incredible happened. Mr. T bought a lottery ticket using Mek's house number and won 180,000 baht, about 5,540 US dollars, 4,090 pounds. A few weeks later, after accepting Mek's apology, he won another jackpot. It was as if the universe had confirmed, good brings good. But the 7th debtor was another story. This man, also a Muslim, refused to participate in any rituals. He rejected the idea of past lives and viewed Mek's efforts as an insult. This was not surprising. Payashan had foretold that this soul, once a devout Buddhist, had been so hurt by Mek in a past life that he vowed to be reborn in a different religion. Whether it was the weight of this unresolved karma or sheer emotional exhaustion, Mek's condition rapidly declined. Final days and farewell. Payashan suggested one last solution: a blessing ceremony by 4 high monks. Mek participated and, miraculously, his health rebounded again. He could walk outside and bathe in the sun. "I'm getting better," he exclaimed joyfully on video. But the reprieve was short-lived. 2 months later, Mek collapsed from anemia and malnutrition and was hospitalized. His condition worsened daily. On March 20th, 2024, at the age of 54, Mek passed away due to a bacterial infection. Daddy came back? On March 19th, the day before Mek's death, his young daughter was seen packing her school bag by herself. Her teacher asked why, and the little girl said, "Daddy came to help me and is taking me home." Mek was in the ICU at the time. That night, the little girl told her mother in her sleep, "Daddy is here." At that moment, his wife, didn't yet know Mek had died. During the funeral, as his body arrived at the temple, the child said again, "Daddy's here." Later, she crawled under his coffin and suddenly burst into tears. When asked why, she said, "Daddy told me the cotton in his nose hurts. Please take it out." Even after death, Mek's spirit visited Ajahn Pai Shen. The master said Mek appeared relieved but remorseful. "If I had known I couldn't escape karma," he told Pai Shen, "I wouldn't have struggled so hard to find cures. I suffered. My wife and daughter suffered." Pa Shan comforted him. "You've already paid your karmic debt. Your next life will be free of this burden." A legacy of pain and redemption. Mek's story is as haunting as it is heart-wrenching. From a poor island boy to a dazzling superstar, and then to a man ravaged by a rare disease, his journey seems almost fated, as if customized to challenge every part of his being. As someone whose livelihood depended on his looks and fame, suffering from a disfiguring illness was devastating, not just physically, but spiritually. And yet, in the face of pain, Mek found love, loyalty, and moments of grace. His wife never abandoned him. His friends stood by him. And in the end, even the spirit world acknowledged that he had tried his best. Maybe that's all any of us can do.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.